Hey, what's going on, guys? Michael Conley, Infinite Hunt Outdoors, Team Ohio. Today I want to talk about Asio gear and my 3 favorite products from them. Let's get right into it.
You got it. You got it. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Watch it, watch it. Watch it. Watch it. He's going down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right there. Oh my God.
So I switched to Asio gear last year, thanks to Ryan. Took the Asio plunge and got me hooked on it. But I started out with their early season stuff, liked it so much, I sold all of my Badlands gear that I had and bought pretty much everything up through the mid-season. The only thing I don't have is late season gear from Asio, but I have everything else and I absolutely loved it. I hunted from early season all the way until into season. So it ranged anywhere from 80 degrees all the way to 8 degrees, and I was comfortable every second I was in the woods last year. It was just amazing piece of gear. I mean, how quiet it is. Tree stand bow hunters, saddle bow hunters, if you are close quarters whitetail hunting, you need something that is quiet, and this gear is everything that you need for that. I mean, super, super quiet. And throw it on top, second to none, best camo pattern for an elevated hunter on the planet. No doubt about it, in my opinion. Um, on the ground, it still works great. I had some crazy encounters with turkeys this year using the Asio stuff, but up in a tree, it excels above anything else. It is just amazing gear. So I'm going to go over my top 3 favorite products from last year. I got quite a few of them, so it was hard to narrow down. So I pretty much just went off of the 3 things I used the most and just fell in love with them. But here we go, starting off with their hand muff. I hate wearing gloves. Absolutely just cannot stand wearing gloves. And the only time I do is when it's super, super cold. And I will wear like the fingerless tipped gloves. So, I can at least use my fingers, but I just hate wearing them. So this thing right here is a must for me, especially when it starts getting colder. Usually from about November until end of season, I always have this thing on. You got 180 grams of Primaloft inside. You have these awesome cuffs on the outside here. You can see how that, really forms around your arm, so no moisture, no wind is getting through that. This is windproof and water resistant. So the water just runs right off of it, and like I said, the wind is not getting through it. Keeps your hands nice and toasty. If it gets super cold, you throw a couple of hot hands in there, your hands will be sweating. Another nice feature about it is this front pouch. I usually keep my phone in there, especially walking in. Nice and accessible, real easy to get to, but you can keep all kinds of good stuff. When I muzzleloader hunted, I kept all my spare bullets and powder and my primers in there. And then real easy to adjust belt, just goes right around your waist, super easy. This is their hand muff. Definitely one of my top 3 favorite pieces of gear from them. Moving on here to their midweight hoodie. This is the do-it-all hoodie for me. I mean, I could hunt beginning of season with it, and I wear it all the way through the end of the season. Somewhere in the system, whether early season it is my outer layer, to late season where it's somewhere in the base layer system. It's just an awesome hoodie. Even in the late season, I'll pull this hood through the rest of my gear and still use the neck gaiter. The built-in neck gaiter is my favorite feature about this. It stays where you put it, like unlike the ones you wear around your neck. I mean, I feel like I'm constantly having to pull them up and they slide back down, and I pull them up and they slide back down. This thing, what I'll do is, usually I got a ball cap on. or a beanie, but I'll slide the hood over. It stays nice and tight, so you know you're not having this big old hood where you can't see outside. It stays nice and tight to your head, which I really like. And then when you pull this thing up and put it up over your nose, it sets right there. Does not move. It is just absolutely dynamite. I love the built-in neck gator. Moving on here, you got your tree stand harness port right there. That way you can keep it out of your way. Slides right in the back of your hoodie, and then you don't have to worry about it going up over your hood or around your shoulder or something. So it is awesome little port. Keep your tree stand harness. Just small details that they pay attention to on this gear just sets it apart from the rest of the field. You got a tree stand port in the back, and then up here you have your rangefinder pouch, which is nice and high, and I like that because you don't have a lot of movement. So that sits right here. So you're wearing it. Especially, I like to range everything when I get into the tree, but if for some reason you have a buck come through a different way, you weren't expecting, you need to range it real quick. You don't have a lot of movement. Some guys keep it in their bag. Saddle hunter, when I saddle hunt, I usually hung it on the tree in front of me. But that's still a lot of movement to reach down to your bag. If you got it down lower, or even if you keep it in your pouch, you still have more movement than right here, just pulling it up nice and slow. So rangefinder pouch up front. This is a half zip. You can see you got quite a bit early season. I like to keep it unzipped pretty good, but you can zip it all the way up. You stay nice and concealed. Last thing here is their big kangaroo pouches on the bottom. It goes all the way through. It's pretty much, if I can find it. Here we go. It goes all the way through. Just a nice big front pouch. Keep some gear in, keep your hands in, keep them nice and warm, whatever you need. Nice big pouch, a lot of room in there. And then just the materials, a fleece material, super quiet. Sorry, we got a plane going over top of us, but super quiet material. I love this hoodie. Again, this is something that I have on pretty much every hunt, no matter what time of year. Unless it's 90 degrees out and I'm hunting and I have the lightweight hoodie on, anywhere from probably 70 to 55 or so, this is probably the only thing that I need, is this hoodie here. And then last but not least is my favorite piece of gear that Asio makes. By far the most used is their Sherpa bibs. This is their mid-season Sherpa bibs. This is what I wore all year, from obviously not early season when it was warm, but from about late October until end of year. So the big bulk of the season, this is what I wore. I really like bibs over pants because I don't have to mess with the belts or anything like that, and they just feel more comfortable to me. And everything is secure. You don't have to worry about tucking stuff in. You don't get a draft down the back or anything, especially while you're sitting in a saddle or something. But these are awesome, really nice and adjustable. Asio, you can tell they're all about being quiet because they even put nice buckle silencers on there, so no clanging together. There you have all kinds of pouches on this thing. The zipper pouches, I think there's 6 of them. You got one on your side here. Then opposite side, you have the same thing, nice deep pouch. Yep, same thing right here, another deep pouch. Those are on your sides, and then you go down. These zippers here are pretty standard on most Asio bottoms. Is these two? You got the flap, and then you got 2 zippers right across. Very nice deep zippers. Car keys, wallet, phone, whatever you need to keep down in there. Same thing on the other side. Same spot. You have the flip pouch, 2 more zippers. So 6 zippered pouches in there for you. And then they have 2 additional pouches. This is probably the ones I use a little more in conjunction with the hand muff. So I got the hand muff, and then you also have these nice warm Sherpa lined pouches up top. You can keep it nice and tight up top to your chest. If you want to, throw a couple hand warmers in there, keep your chest nice and toasty, but also keep your hands nice and warm. Obviously they're not as deep as the hand muff, so I prefer that a little more, but this is another nice option if you don't like wearing a hand muff. These do come with a nice warm couple of pockets for you to keep. Now on the inside of here, you do have an elastic band that you can tighten this up. So like early season, not early season, but like mid-season when it's kind of warm, maybe 40 degrees, I still want to wear these, but I don't need a lot of layers. I'm just maybe wearing a light base layer in here. I can take this, pull it tight so it doesn't, because what I like to do on these with the Sherpa bibs and the Sherpa jacket, I like to size up. So these are an extra large. I usually wear a large in all their gear. This is an extra large because when I get into late season and I'm wearing an extra hoodie, extra pair of pants, you know, I like to have enough room in here, but these make it nice. You can obviously tighten these straps up, and then you have that elastic band that goes around the back. You just get in here, pull that as tight as you want, and it really cinches up that waist for you, so it doesn't feel like you're swimming in there. And then obviously you can, you know, let it back out for when you get in the late season and you got a lot more layers on. Down the sides, you have a two-way zipper here, and I like to keep this unzipped on my way in. Just nice venting, keeps you nice and cool, so you're not sweating too much by the time you get to the tree. But it also makes it really nice for getting your boots on. They have this little button at the end, keeps it nice and tight around your boots. So really, really great pair of bibs. Obviously, I mean, I'm not biased or anything, but I feel like this is the greatest camo company in the world. I just love all of their gear. They keep coming out with new gear. They just came out with a leafy jacket, some fingerless gloves. Maybe he was listening to me. But fingerless gloves and a puffy jacket. So go check out Asio gear. I'm sure glad I did. This stuff has just been awesome. I can't wait for another full season with it. Hope to see you guys in some.